Hello everybody, this is Trans Gamer for Heels, and welcome to my first official video game playthrough. We're just going to have fun with this game. We're not going to try to take it seriously, as I've already been before. And we are diving into my favorite 2D console Castlevania, Super Castlevania 4. So, let's just go ahead and get right into it. But yeah, interesting thing, even though I am a 90s kid and, well, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, I was never a fan of Castlevania or any of those games that were, like, super serious, or ones that, like, took a whole lot of skill. I mean, I was just a kid, but they just didn't appeal to me. I think the frustration level is what was the reason. But of course, I'm older now, and I've learned to be patient and think things through. So, yeah. Well, Super Castlevania 4 wasn't the first Castlevania game I ever played. It is definitely, as I said, my favorite of the 2Ds in terms of console. I would love to play my favorite handheld eventually, but again, that would require all the proper components for video capture and all that stuff, and I'm currently just using the Share Factory feature on my PS4 for this stuff. Speaking of that, I am playing this on the Castlevania Anniversary Collection version, so there will be save points, so I will not be having to worry about the password system. Well, yeah, let's just have fun. Okay. Yeah, I hear a lot of people complain. Oh, really? Okay, throw me off. But I hear a lot of people complain about the fact that because of the way the whip works in this game, that it pretty much destroys the need, or the, not so much the need, but the utility and the respected usage of the sub-weapons, which I can understand, but I mean, there are aspects where the weapons are really useful, so I guess it's just a personal opinion, but I see nothing wrong with it. Here. Yeah, so I have beaten this before on a couple things. I have beaten it on here, and I did have the Super NES Mini, the mini thing. I can't remember the name of it right now, but yeah, if you're okay with a game that not really a de-stressor, but something that challenges you, that's old school, it's not a bad choice to make. I will admit that the SNES Mini version was better, as you had the rewind feature, and again, for those who don't know, one of the things that made Castlevania, most of the old school games, notorious, and when I mean old school, I'm talking going into the third dimension, so like anything pre-PlayStation or so, had to be the knockback mechanic when you got hit. That made traversing platforms and all this other stuff just a massive pain. But, you know, it was the late 80s, early 90s. It was a way to make games challenging, so it would force people to actually think, you know, push their skills to the limits. Which, when you're a 6, 7, 8-year-old kid with ADHD and has rage issues easily with video games, it's not the best combination. But, you know, as you mature and you get older, it can be a fun thing to go back and try those games that you didn't get to play because of preferences and stuff in the past, and just see how you would have fared, you know? So we are coming up on the first boss, eventually. Just gotta traverse this other section here. No. I hate those horse heads. There's probably an actual, like, proper name for them, but I'm not gonna look it up right now. I might do some research and put it in like an edit or something. I don't know. But we will see what happens. Oh, the Medusa head's notorious. But if you guys end up liking this one, I might actually try to play and beat some of the other old school ones. If I remember correctly, I think I have beaten the original. I just can't completely remember off the top of my head because it's been at least a year. But the only reason I know that I have finished this is not only because of the achievements for beating 4 through the anniversary collection, but because, like I said, I had the mini, but, yeah, I just still remember beating it, but it's still, this game is still a joy, especially if you're a fan of this franchise and everything else, so, yep, oh boy, yep, oh, I was going off an NES special sub-weapon controls for a second, come here, no, come on, yeah, and then the last drop, ooh, later Skeletor. Nah, actually, that's more like Skeletor's anorexic cousin, but... Why did I say that? I don't know. Okay, so that's first level done. We're not bad. So my attempt, or what I want to plan to do, is try to do 2 stages in one video. In each video that I do. I mean, with some of the harder bosses, that might be impossible, especially with the, Gauntlet Rush towards the end before I get to Dracula, so... But yeah, we'll see what happens. So already in the second level. Now, I want to bring something up that I think is a big issue in the fandom of Castlevania, especially those that have played the game for a long time and have played just about every single one. Going back to the sub-weapons, there is a massive debate between a lot of them, especially with the old school games, as to which is the superior sub-weapon between the cross and the jar of holy water. The only reason I think it's a debate that's kind of can be shifted either way is the fact that while the cross's distance really helps it out, and in fact if you can get the multipliers, meaning multiple crosses, it really does help, especially when you consider that the final boss in most of the Castlevania games, like the old school games, Dracula, most of the hits toward him only count if you hit him in the head, and the cross is the best way to do that from a distance. However, as much as I love the cross, and yes, I'm in the camp of it is the best sub-weapon, you cannot underestimate the power of the holy water, especially when you consider that triple attack holy water in the original Castlevania is like the only guaranteed how do I put this? So it's possible to beat death in the original Castlevania with any sub-weapon and just your skill, but if you happen to have the unholy combination, and even though you're a human destroying evil, it's unholy isn't a weird analogy to say, but the most unholy way to handle and pretty much move block him is to go with the holy water and attempt to get the triple multiplier, because any enemy hit with the holy water in these older games, it temporarily stuns them. So if you can manage to get that triple, get death into right when the fight starts, then it'll interlock him into the upper right corner where he spawns, and you're pretty much guaranteed to beat him as long as you can keep spamming it and you have the hearts. So yeah, it's just an interesting little cheat hack, and I'm almost dead. Oh boy. And I died, second level. I really need to watch my health. I think I'm too busy focusing on talking and not too much. So but like I said, this is my first attempt at a playthrough, so I'm not used to trying to multitask on a game. And especially when you think of the fact that most of the recording I do on gaming is games where communication is needed, i.e. like Overwatch and all that stuff. So this has been an interesting experience for me so far. But yeah, we're doing okay on time. If we're lucky, we might get to the second boss before I have to end. I don't know, but we will see what happens. Even if I get to the second boss, I don't know if I'll be able to. If we'll finish this second section before, but we'll see what happens. So come on, there you go. And there's the cross. Okay, so now we're going to do something fun. I am literally going to attempt, and this does mean, yes, that I will have to watch the candles I hit like a hawk, but I am going to attempt to not collect any other sub-weapon for the rest of the game, and just use the cross. Thus, by the time I get to Dracula, having that triple cross multiplier, which should hopefully lead to the final fight with Dracula in this game to be relatively easy. So, we will see what happens. Alright, I think we're coming up on Medusa, so let's just get to it. Yep. No, this is not my favorite Medusa in the... Wow, there once again! Going with freaking... Yep. Ah, I got distracted again. Okay, there we go. As I was trying to say, this is not my favorite iteration of Medusa in the Castlevania games. Oh, there's that multiplier. I wasn't paying attention, but I grabbed the multiplier. That's fun. Oh, nope, not the axe, not the axe. Okay. But, yeah, it's still a unique design. It's, the size of Medusa. Not, I'm just gonna, like, okay, how do I word this without making it sound like I'm trying to body shame the Queen of the Gorgons, but, wait, what I hit? Oh, the spikes. I wasn't paying attention, I was too busy talking. Okay, you know what? We got Medusa, we're halfway there. Let's just end it there. I need some time to figure out how to do this. I was talking and not paying attention. And I'm leaving this in. Just shows the frustration and just the willingness to admit that I'm human and I make mistakes. So with that being said, we are going to end video 1 here. And if you guys want more, don't be afraid to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what games you want me to play in the future. I am hoping in the future to upgrade to next gen. Although I have the PS4 now, I will be upgrading back to Microsoft for Game Pass because I have a few games on there I would love to do. Especially, I would love to play through the entire Gears of War series, mainly because I haven't played 4 or 5, and I need Retribution on 1 is because I haven't finished it yet because the final boss was an absolute pain in my keister. But yeah, just let me know, and don't forget to always endorse your healers and thank them. Because what we do is a thankless job, even though a lot of you might treat us like crud. You have a good day, guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!